3, 2, 1, go! Bringing everyone together, one bag at a time. Smooth takes. With Burton Grimes and Jay Smooth. 3, 2, 1, go!
What's going on, B?
Not a whole lot, man. Been busy holiday season, and glad that it's over with.
Yeah, same here, man. It's been crazy holiday season. At the same time, we are actually been in the basketball season also. So we just really working with. Are you hearing any feedback from me? I'm sorry,
A little bit.
a little bit. Can you hear me better now?
Yep. I got
All
you.
right. But no, I was just saying holiday season was great, and now we in basketball season for both of us. You're commentating, I'm reffing, so we back at it now. So it's time to get back rocking and rolling for episode 5 of Smooth Takes.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. It's been a long time. I mean, I feel like we haven't done this in forever.
Yeah, it seems like it, man. It's been almost 2 months now, really, I think.
Yeah.
Almost 2 months. But yeah, we are excited. We got a really good guest coming on today. It's somebody's been in the cornhole community for years. He's actual he's a CO. He also is he does it with the what it's called for the
Yeah.
wheelchairs again? They call it
Adaptive cornhole. Yeah. He's I think he
Yeah.
pretty much has been given the reins to head that up for get more people involved, which I love the idea to get more people involved, and I think that's a great thing.
Yeah.
And hopefully it'll become bigger to
Yes,
where,
sir.
in my opinion, it'll become a division just for those
For those
who
players.
are
Yeah.
bound to the wheelchair.
Yeah.
But they're doing what they can to get it going, and it seems like it was getting bigger and bigger. So hopefully he can update us on that and see how
Yeah.
it seems to be going.
Well, go ahead and do the introduction then. He's a man of the night. There's some people would call him Batman. I call him my bro. I know you do also. He's a great guy, man. He's a father. He's a husband. He's an entrepreneur, businessman. As you guys know him again as Batman, Mr. Matthew Davis. Welcome to the stage, Matt.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, man, no problem at all. No problem at all. So let's get right to it, Burton.
Yeah, Matt, I know you have a lot to talk about, and some of this, it's weird because we've talked about getting this going, and then it seemed like the top just popped off of what we want to talk about.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, I have to know how you got the nickname Batman.
Oh man, what a story, right? Well, I guess it all starts with doing things that other people aren't willing to do, showing up when other people won't, doing unlimited amount of travel, running tournaments, building boards, running benefits, setting things up, helping with raffles, helping support the community, right? So I just started building boards with my father about 5 years ago, who is disabled. So he can't really do much, but he was a carpenter and he can take the time, even though it takes a lot longer than it takes most people. He knows how to use a tape measure. He knows how to use, a level. He knows how to measure things properly. So I grew up in a household where if you take something, you put it back where you got it, because otherwise you don't know where it's at. I wish that I could run that class for so many people like my wife and other people in this world.
I was like, man, is my wife listening? Because I'm still looking for my remote that was in here.
Yeah, they like to
week
hide
ago.
stuff from us, and I don't know why, but it's a fun game. And whenever we first started building the boards, we did it for a local community group that has mentally challenged and physically challenged people over the age of 18. So they don't have any social interaction. They're not in school anymore. So it was called Life's Bridges, and we were tasked with building them 10 sets of boards, coming up with a new logo. It took us about 3.5 weeks to do it, but we built them 10 amazing boards, all up to industry standards, all up to competitive things. We ran tournaments for them. And by doing that, I got involved with a lot of other groups like the Keegan Memorial Foundation, Forever 13. These are all just groups, the JPP 22 group, just anything I can do to support local cornhole communities. I wasn't good enough to win all the time, but at some of these benefits, as you guys know, you don't get the most competition. You don't get the best players to show up. And every now and then you get some little sneaky turds that show up and try and take all the money, right? So I was in the business of building the boards, running the tournaments, winning them, and giving all the money back. So when Batman showed up, I was at least going to get some of the money back to the benefit. Even if I didn't win it, second place still gets money, third place still gets money, kind of thing. So that's where it kind of started. I didn't go crazy with it, but I truly enjoyed it because in business, and it's so funny, that was one of my nicknames too, because I just showed up in the city of New York one year and started building businesses with the owner in 38 states over the last 16 years. So I was able to do that like a guy in the night, just show up, come to your town, hire good people, give you a good job. And then when everything was running for about 30 to 60 days properly, I just went to another city and did it again. Most people haven't traveled within 150 miles of where they grew up. I've had the opportunity to visit multiple countries. I got the opportunity to go throw in Europe last year to partner up with the King, Craig Irvin. To this day, that's still one of my most memorable team ups, most memorable trips ever. And I made some great friends over in Europe. Josh Wishart, Ben Gregory, those guys, they're just a blast. It's a great group of people, and they're trying to grow it just like it started growing here 21 years ago. We started the adaptive division last year. We started players getting involved that are physically disabled, and they could throw with a partner that was fully able-bodied. And the ACO supported that the entire last year with I think I went to 8 different majors and ran the events for them. This year, we don't have any scheduled. None are slated. We didn't get any revenue, I guess is the best way to say it. So in a world of business, you can only quote unquote take a L before you stop investing, right?
Right.
I think if we have the event set up and we already have the boards, it wouldn't be that difficult to continue to do it. But I'm not in the realm of control. I'm in the realm of I show up and play. I buy tickets just like everybody else. I have to pay Airbnb and gas and just like everybody else. Haven't got the chance to win a single major yet in singles. I did win one with Drew Wecking up in Beloit last year. That was my first ever major win, other than adaptive, and a couple blind draws with people like Kim Jackson, Martina Belt, James Hill. I've played with some great players, but
never heard of any of them.
Yeah, they're not any good, really. But with the continued support of great bag sponsors like High Roller Bags, I've been throwing for them for the last 3 years. They make great apparel. They support their players. They make great bags, and everybody's a fan of their own company, right? But we don't make enough to be a fan unless the value's there, I guess is the best way to say it. Nobody's getting multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars to throw cornhole bags yet. So it's all about the respect, the support, the communication, the integrity of which we do things. And I'm a huge fan of being someone that says, you can look at my track record, right? I believe about a year ago, I went to a regional in Anna, Illinois, and there were 8 of us signed up, and 3 of the 8 were pros. And it's 2.5 hours away from my house. We get all the way down to the championship. I lost the king seat game to John Hackelman. I went all the way back to the king seat. It was raining and lightning, and I was like, John, I'm just being honest with you. I was like, we got to throw this game as fast as possible, or I got to go home. And he said, well, if you want it, you can have it. And I said, I don't know how that works. And he goes, you can just have the win. I go, well, if that's the case, you can have first and second place money, and I'll just drive home. I was like, it doesn't matter to me. There's only 8 of us here. This isn't the most competitive thing in the world. And then when it was all said and done with, the 2 nights later, I had to drive down to Arkansas to play in the very last regional of the year. And I had to play against Terry Linderman and Scott Mitchell and Zach Mitchell. And there were so many good players there. Well, I had a chance to win that one too. So I barely made it into pro status as number 84. But I wasn't going to chase points all year until it got down to the end of the year. And I'm like, I'm so close. If I can just win these last 2, then I'm in. And then I start finding out things like what was going on in Alaska. I don't know if, we really want to get into the nitty gritty, but people running fake regionals with players that didn't actually play, with scores that didn't actually happen.
Weren't even in the state.
Weren't even in existence. So when things like that start happening, I go back and even look at myself and I say, well, I have that tournament, Anna, where it shows there's 2 forfeits in the championship game where I won 1-0 and 1-0. And money was exchanged. It never touched my hand. First and second place money went straight to John. And I just didn't even consider what was happening. I was just happy to leave, wanted to get home safe, didn't even think about what that could affect, right?
But from my understanding, it's written up to where somebody forfeits. That's the right way to do it. 1-0, not putting scores in. Just it's forfeit.
Yeah, Nikki,
click who wins, and that's it.
Yep. And Nikki Latham is a phenomenal CO. She didn't encourage it. She didn't discourage it. She didn't even know what was going on until the game was over. And we said, we just want to leave. Everybody wants to go home. Let's just finalize this. And she went to hand me the money. I said, no, go ahead and give that to him. He didn't even know I was going to give him the money. We didn't discuss a payout or purchasing the first place win or anything. We just wanted to leave. And I know that everybody's got a story, right? Some people have given up regional wins because they're maxed out. They'll take the money. They don't need the points, right? And there's people calling it cheating. There's people calling out people's integrity. There's stuff going on in the cornhole community because there's always got to be drama, right? Otherwise, it's a very boring game.
Yeah, I think that's just society nowadays.
Everybody,
it is. Society, everything.
And believe it or not, I see a lot in social media when someone does do something drastically wrong, people come to their aid. They're like, well, you can't pick on this person. It's like they are 100% in the wrong here. But because so many people are against them, you're now creating a whole generation or a whole group of people that are backing up the bad, that are literally just taking their side, whether it's just to make noise, create conflict, or whatever it is. But on podcasts like this, we're talking tossing bean bags, right? We're not talking fight club after the tournament. We're not talking about it, hand-to-hand combat, none of that. And we're talking 12, 15-year-old kids taking advantage of a system that adults play as a hobby, right?
But man, and that's one thing that I preach to, any children, any kids around me or anybody around me, accountability, right? You just spoke to it. You just spoke to accountability. That's one thing is just lacking in, just like you said, in society in general. And it happens in sports so much because you do have people who coddle other people because they may be good or this and that. Oh, that's okay. No, everybody should be accountable for what they do. So I totally agree with you.
Well, that's why definitely coming on here to speak, I want to make sure I call myself out first because I'm someone that did something that we're talking about and wasn't even really connecting the dots and didn't even really relate to it until it's like, oh, wait a second. Some of the things people are complaining about, I've actually done and didn't even realize it was going to be a big deal because there was 8 people there. So no one was pointing fingers or really mattering until it came to the end of the year. And I talked to Willie Johns, who made it, got number 96. I wouldn't have kept him out, but if I stayed out, number 97 might have made it. And I believe that might have been Sean Scott last year or Bub Lacewell. It was another really good player.
I think it was Sean because Sean's finished the first one out 2 years in a row. He was
and he's such a good player, and I don't feel good about it. So I'm like, you know what? Even if me and John had played those games out, and even if he had beat me, I still would have gone down to Arkansas 2 days later. And if I won that, I still would have qualified. It wouldn't have knocked me out of the top 96, but that 1 point made a difference. And I went from 74 to 84 because of my PPR, because I play a little bit dirtier of a game. I'm okay with blockers. I'll wash 4-on-4. And something I try and teach people, because I travel and play a lot, and people want to, hey, how do you do this? How do you do that? And I say, the biggest thing I want you to remember is don't focus on the numbers, focus on the letters. The more wins you get, the more people that you play, make sure they're better than you. Want to play people that have a higher PPR and a higher SPR than you, because when and if you beat them, it helps raise your stuff even more. It helps you actually prepare. Some of the regionals that people throw, like Russ Tabers, when he throws a regional, there might be 55 players there. You might be there till 2 a.m, and 25 of them might be top 40 pros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can go to other people's regionals, and there might be 7 people there, and none of them have ever qualified for pro status. And it's just a washing game. And the highest PPR in the whole tournament's an 8.4. So there is such a disparity throughout the country for talent and competition. Some people chase small majors. Some people chase small regionals. Some people run regionals on days when people have to work. At times, people won't be able to make it. There's all this little game that people try and play. And I'm a big fan of saying, have one major that you count a month for any player. That way, if you max out, it's going to take you 8 months to max out. One regional will count for you. But also the point system needs to be revamped. I don't think that if you go to a major with 38 people, that the points should even be anywhere close to Owensboro that had 600 throwers at it. I don't think that that math doesn't math to me, if that makes sense. So
well, used to, they've changed a lot in the last couple of years, points wise. So they're trying to slowly get there. But I'd say the points, the more you change how things are worth points, the more you're going to get the same people that want to find the gray area.
It's all going to be a manipulation.
Yeah.
I think wins. I think if you just count wins, right? So if I go to a major, and even if I win it, I only had to win 6 games. That's how many points I should get for 6 wins. If I go to a major where I got to win 17 wins to win the tournament, I should get that many points for wins. Because
I used to say, you make main bracket, get 35 points. And then every win you get on the winner side is 2 points.
Right.
Every win you get on the loser side is 1 point. And then do it that way.
Yeah, because then only your wins and losses count. It doesn't matter how many people show up. So those people that try and seek the smaller opportunities or the less competitive regionals, there's no advantage. You won't get as many wins when you go to a Russ Tabers or you come to Cornhole Central in Peebly, where we're doing our regionals now. We have 30 plus every single Sunday, and 12 or 15 of them are top hitter pros. So there's no walkthrough, there's no nothing. If you win one of our regionals, you're prepared to go compete in a major. Like you're ready for that kind of competition. And that's really what I think is going to help the ACO or the ACL or the TCL or the ILV or the MVP or whatever, right? It's going to take them looking at the system and saying, what is the best way to get people to be the most competitive, still have a good revenue stream, still have as many COs running as many regionals as they want, but only 1 per month counts. Go off your wins and losses. And that way you got a true measuring stick, because that's really the only way I can think to do it, because there's too many loopholes. There's too many. And they're starting to call out what they call good boys teams, right? Where some guys played each other. I'm maxed out, so let's max you out. And then once those 2 guys are maxed out, they're third buddies in the ring now, and everybody's taking people out so their buddy can win. Well, I mean, you're going to have that in any sport. I don't know if you guys are familiar with basketball, baseball, football, pool.
Oh yeah,
you're going to rock with the people you grind with.
Yeah.
So
Look
if
at
you have an
NASCAR.
Opportunity to help them out, why wouldn't you? That's
NASCAR,
not an integral thing. That's a competitive thing.
Yeah.
In NASCAR, one guy's going to block for his buddy to get the win.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and we can't throw bags for somebody else. That's never happened. Nobody went up and threw. Well, I can't say never, right? I don't know if anybody's ever gone up and thrown bags for somebody else.
Oh,
but I know tournaments get ran from people's bedrooms. I know we've had as recent, we've had Miss Ashley Irving running a regional down in Cape, and we had an individual running a blind draw during the regional with players that were already in the regional, and they're like, how am I up on another court in a whole nother tournament? So Ashley does a great job of calling that person out in public on the spot and making sure that, hey, you can't do that here. I'm the state ambassador. If anybody's going to call you out, it's me. Yeah. So there's a lot that can go on. It's supposed to be a fun game. It's turned into what I call dramatic hobby. It's an expensive, dramatic hobby between the bags, the jerseys, the gear, the Zuka, the travel, the tickets. I mean, it's become a $30,000 a year job for a lot of people. And if you got the Ryan Trader and the Mason Traders of this world, if you're Jimmy Trader, who plays as well, who's highly competitive as well,
Team Illinois.
Yeah, that's 3 plane tickets every time you go somewhere. That's three independent tickets every time you do anything. So
the mom.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what I can't imagine what she puts up with.
Well, she beat cancer, so she's one hell of a fighter. So I'll give her that. And putting up with the household of those Trader boys. I mean, the only thing I can say is that they're so good, it's worth it. But then you hear stories about like all cornhole not holding up their end of the contract and not paying the players like they should. And it's just like, why is this happening? Why are we over promising and under delivering in a sport that's still in its infancy?
People, I would say, they're over promising, under deliver. And when I made bags, I thought I had a good incentive thing built up. Okay, if you do this, you'll make this. I wasn't prepared for one of the players I had to just skyrocket that year. Like, it was a coming out party. I was like, holy crap. Like, I owe this guy a bunch of money. I was like, dude, I'm trying. I can't keep up with you. And I didn't get it all. I don't even think I got it all paid during the season. But, I mean, I stayed in contact. I kept doing it. I mean, luckily, he's a great guy. He was a friend before. He's still a friend now. I mean, you can very easily, overpromise and underdeliver.
I mean, guys like Sebastian, who hadn't won a regional, or hadn't won a major for 10 years or something, and then all of a sudden wins like 25 in a row.
Yeah.
So whoever he was throwing for at that time, I don't remember if it was basement bags or I don't remember who he was throwing for when he started.
He was. Yeah. Well, when he started or when he started winning?
When he started winning, it was right before.
I think it was basement bag.
Yeah. So when he started making all that noise with basement bags, whoever, that guy's paying out. You won another one. You won another one. You won another one. Oh, and you won Worlds. Now you're a king. So it's like, and then he's got it in the next year. He's still throwing the bag. So it's like things must have gone good or he would have walked away, right? So those kind of things they're encouraging. You got guys like Cisco for Ruthless, who supports the hell out of his players, and they love him for it. Like even Craig Irvin, who I'm getting to throw doubles with this year, has said, I'll probably throw Cisco's bags the rest of the time I play in the ACO. And it's because of who Cisco is. It's because of that personal relationship they have. He's because we all know there's like 7 materials on all the bags, and it really ain't that much different. So
that's why I tell people.
Shouts out to Cisco.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Cisco. Seriously.
People ask me, well, who makes the best bag? Best bags. I'll tell them everybody can, and most of them do, make the same bags. Find an owner that you like, that you can support. Go to them, throw their bags, and if they don't have a certain bag that you like, talk to them. I guarantee they can make it.
Right. Or design teams matter. Quality matters. Some people just spit out bags and they get them in their different shapes every time. The seam's not the same. The fill's different every time they run out of their order. They have to get a whole new distributor and get a whole nother set of resin. So it's just not the same. Even if it's similar, it's not the same. My favorite bag ever, this might show my age a little bit, but I used to throw a Series Viper Special Series 6. And that was, to me, that's the best bag that they've ever made. And I had a set of purple ones that are still in my shop right now that still are game ready that I could pick up and throw today. But there's not a bag company on earth that has made that same bag. It doesn't have the same resin. It doesn't have the same material. It doesn't do the same things. That bag was magic. It dripped. It blocked if you needed to. It collected. You could roll it. It's a 7.9 bag, and you could still roll it.
Yeah.
So, and that was before a lot of people were rolling. They just like, how can you roll such a fast bag? I'm like, it's not really the bag. It's the way you throw it. But
when I made bags, that's what the first bag I made was the Glory.
Yeah.
And all I did was try reverse engineer a Series 6 Viper. And that's because I was like, this is my favorite bag. If I'm going to make a bag, I'm making one as close to this as possible first.
And I even reached out to like material manufacturers and like, if I cut a chunk of this off and send it to you, can you make the same material? And like, unfortunately, it's worn, so there's no way for us to do that. It'd have to be brand new for them to even test the fibers. But the resin, of course, if I cut one of them open, I'm sure somebody could come very close.
Yeah.
But then you get into the Ultra is a pretty big company with a few lawyers, so I don't really want to
You
go
want
down
to test that one?
Nah.
Hey, you know what? Man, I want to ask you this though. I want you to get back to, you kind of spoke to it earlier about your regionals at Cornhole Central. Me and you talk all the time. I want you kind of like dive into that, because you're doing an excellent job out there in Cornhole Central with Tommy Pacheco spot. Shout out to Tommy, and but you guys are doing an excellent job out there. And also, because I know Burton runs regionals and all that stuff too. I just want you guys to kind of like tap in on those, because that's important for us locals.
Right.
For us to come out and just not even just for points, just go out there and play and compete against each other. So
I mean, it's a beautiful venue. It's set up to bring people in. It's got food. It's got drinks. It's next to a Subway. It's next to a Domino's. It's right off the interstate. It's easy to find. People know about it. Some of the best players in the world, not the best players in the state, some of the best players in the world come there on a Tuesday night for blind draws.
Like, it's right next to that Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, yeah. There's great food all around it. There's a Thai restaurant 8 minutes away if you're into that. I mean, I'm a huge foodie, right? So I like to have good food when I know I'm going to go play cornhole for 14 hours. I'm going to have to at least eat once, and I don't drink, so I'm not going to drink myself hungry or full. Right. So to me, I think working with Jason Pennycook and Tommy Pica and the group there at Cornhole Central, it took us 6 to 7 months of just starting the conversations about, okay, it's mainly an ACL venue. And Tommy is an ACL director, and he is a very good one. And he's built his status
now, I believe.
He's built his status. He's built up the ability to do. He's getting ready to run this Team USA event for the Missouri State International. He's doing things for the ACL that are high level. So they even had to have a conference call with their lawyers to make sure that it was okay for us to even do events there. So they can't promote it on their page. We can't live stream using their cameras, and we can't even use their tablets. So we have to provide our own tablets. We do get to use their equipment and their facilities, but it's set up for an amazing day because there's places for people to set. People can find it. And of course, using Scoreholio, we can promote it weeks and months out. So we just had to cancel this one on Sunday, but and I don't know if you guys know this or not, but we were going to do this podcast last Monday, but that Monday was the Monday that we found out my grandfather passed away. But I didn't tell Jay that. I didn't want to be like, hey man, I can't do the podcast. When I commit to doing something, unless it's an actual, I can't do it, I do it. It goes back to the whole Batman thing. I want to be one of the most dependable people you'll know. And if I'm your friend, we may not talk every day. We may not communicate on a consistent basis, but if you need me for something, I'm one of those guys that'll come get you if you're stuck in the snow. I'm one of those guys that'll bring you gas if you're broke down on the side of the road. I'll slap this guy in the mouth if he's mean to your sister, like that kind of stuff. That's the kind of integral reputation I want to have, not just in this cornhole community, but amongst the people that matter in it, the people that run the events, the people that support the other teams, the people that bring more people into the game the right way, and the kids that are coming up. I've even called out people, and I know Gary Ferguson can attest to this, right? Fergie has a great time at these majors, but a couple of years ago we were at a major and he was acting a fool, and there were like 5 little kids behind watching him, and I grabbed him by the shoulder and I said, hey Fergie, I respect the hell out of you, but I want you to turn around and tell me if you think those kids do. And he kind of looked in his little gaze and haze, and he goes, I needed to hear that, Batman. And he went and took a sink shower, and he sobered up, and he was good the rest of the day. And that may not count forever, but I think things like that matter, right? I think saying the things that need to be said without fear of retribution or repercussion from people that don't know what they're talking about. Right. I think people need to be more like that. I think there needs to be a Batman in every city. I think the people that need to speak up should speak up, and not everyone's going to listen, and not everybody's going to agree with you. Even if you're right, it's one of the most fundamental things I've learned in life. And hopefully the people that are listening, if you're taking any kind of notes, write this down. People are not against you. They're just for themselves. They're not trying to hurt you. They're not trying to take anything from you. They're just trying to do stuff to better their life or better their hobby or better their habit or whatever it is. And as long as you stop taking things personal, you sleep a lot better at night. You don't carry so much stress in your neck. You won't have so many headaches. You can do more yoga. These things are good for you.
I'm not doing yoga. That would be the part that my wife heard. Yoga? Oh, they're telling you to do yoga. I told you should do yoga.
The strongest humans on earth do yoga, Bert. The strongest alive.
No.
You ever play any sports?
Oh yeah.
Did you play basketball?
Mm-hmm.
Did you do yoga before you played? Like stretching and
It
relaxing?
wasn't called yoga. It was called stretching.
Oh, stretching comes from yoga. Just so you know.
So I
You ever
guess I've
took
been doing
martial
yoga my
arts?
whole life.
All martial arts, the oldest form of martial arts is yoga.
It was just stretching.
You're right. Yeah, that's what you call it what you want. You're a yogi.
Oh
if you know it.
man, we had some people in the comments. I think Rob Coosey told us to go to bed.
Yeah, he's
You
one
guys
to
see
talk.
that?
Cookie just had a birthday. I think
Yeah,
they're like
I seen that.
104 or something.
Oh man,
Oh, I was going to say 83 because he's born in 1883. That's what
Yeah.
it was. That's
I was,
That's
I
what I
was
think.
born in the 1900s, but nowhere near where Cookie was.
yeah, same here, same here. He said, here it is. Philip Adams said, Eric G. Porter is a great guy. Yes, shouts out to Fly Cornhole. Eric
Mhm.
Porter's doing great things in the local area, just not even just in the area, just around, the Cornhole families, man, just the community in general. He's doing a great job. So shouts out to him. Shouts out to Elise and Mike with Cornhole. Collinsville Cornhole, they in here also tapping in, so it's a lot
Oh,
of great
Shannon.
people in the community, man. Shannon Roberts in the building. Hey, Batman, when did Shannon get a roll bag?
She's been working. Hey, Shannon has put in the work. I
I see.
remember when Shannon first started playing and she was trying to figure it out, and she works a lot of hours. So don't take anybody lightly that's dedicated.
Her
I
bag
see.
is so damn sticky. It's got no choice but to roll.
The deal is the mother of all learning is repetition.
That's
And
it.
Shannon puts the time in repeatedly and learned it because just
Yeah.
like me, she got tired of losing to it. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to keep
Ain't
losing
nobody
the
gonna
same way
shortboard him like I
all the
shortboard him.
time.
No, it looks really good. I seen her throw a couple of them. I'm like, okay, it looks really good. And it's
Shannon?
hitting the right spot. Yeah.
Shannon,
She's
I'll
coming
make
for
you a
winning.
deal. You bring up the hot bun shorts in the chat there. When you win a purple jersey, and I think it's coming, she's competing hard.
Yeah.
I don't care if
Yeah.
it's blind draw, women's, co-eds, what. You win a purple jersey, and the next major that I'm at, that you're at, I will wear that outfit the whole day.
Beautiful. Hey, you
That
just
sounds-
incentivized her again.
Yeah.
Y'all are not done that.
No. Matt was talking about, I'm pretty sure I have the exact same purple Series 6 Vipers in my gun safe.
They're beautiful.
Right next to it are 2 sets of Fly prototype bags that I've had for about 4 years sitting right there. Those are the 3 sets of bags. They will never, when I die, somebody will get them. Until then, nope.
Yep. I got my purple Series 6. I've got my black and gold Cat 3s pre-stamped before they were stamped. And I've got my lime green Surefires. Those 3 bags is what really taught me how to play the game. I had Game Changers. I had Reynolds bags. I had all the, I did all that, but they weren't the bag for me. A lot of people still throw Game Changers. It's crazy that bag still exists.
I couldn't. I had a set of Cat 3s that I just wasn't a cat lover, and this one guy was wanting them all the time, and just for the hell of it, he was like, "Man, what's it going to take for you to give me those bags?" I was like, "Give me the minivan you got for sale." I swear, the next day he brought the title signed, straight a set of bags for a minivan.
Yeah, I used to wait 8 months for a set of bags and pay $250 and wait, and wait, and wait, and wait, and then you got to break them in, and then you don't want to because they're so, you're like, I waited so long for these, and they don't. The trick is, and this is something I try and tell all new players, right? The bags don't make you a better player, but you have to throw enough bags to find out which bag is best for your game. So if you're a bag runner,
That's true,
and never ever throw a blocker, then find the fastest bag you can throw. And if it has a slow side, never throw it. Just throw that fast side until you can run people to death, if that's your game.
Yeah.
If not, you got to find a bag that you can block and run bags with. And if you don't want to do that, you got to find the slowest bag you can find to block and roll people to death. So there's basically 3 different strategies. And if you got all 3, like Sebastian or Craig, that can win King of Cornhole by beating the brakes off anybody however they want to throw, that must
Right.
be nice. I'm still learning how to be good enough to compete with these guys, let alone beat them. So 5 years in, some people have been doing it for 20. I played basketball for 25 years of my life and
Same here.
played college ball and played semi-professional, but my knees and my back are not going to let me do that in my 40s. I'm not LeBron. I don't spend $1 million a year on my personal trainers and fitness, but he's an oddity. He's someone that's going to go down as, if not the greatest player, because I'm still an MJ fan. Sorry guys, MJ still number one. I watched him play. I watched LeBron play. It's not even close. But LeBron is a phenomenal genetic specimen. And he has had pressure on him
himself
since he was 15 years old to be the greatest ever live. And he's done not just amazing things, but he's brought his son into the league. And you can call all the favors in you want. It don't matter who you are. Nobody else is getting their kid on a roster except LeBron. It just don't work that way. Whether you ride the bench or not, you're still not making the Lakers. So I'm a fan of not just basketball, but sports and regionals, right? Or I'm sorry, sports in general. And the regionals that we have, I want them to be so competitive that when people look at the people signed up, they're like, not going there. I want that. I don't want people to look at my region and be like, I can go win that one. I want everyone to look at it and go, anybody. There's like 9 people here that could win that today.
Or like Eric says in the chat, the talent's so good now. It's insane. And
Yeah.
I mean,
and you don't know, there's no age. There's no like, oh, that 14-year-old kid's not any good. That 90-year-old man's not any good. Good luck.
Like I
called you to death.
Up in Beloit, and Frank didn't know this when the tournament singles was over until I told him. And I was like, you know how people say 40 is the new 30 and 30 is the new 20. I told Frank, I go, hey, in cornhole, 10 is the new 9. Like the top 15 people threw a 10-5 or better for the tournament.
Yeah, it don't matter.
The top, whatever the first page was, 32 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Threw a 9.7 or better. Like, it's ridiculous.
Don't matter.
I mean,
I still have the screenshot on my phone, and I'm so happy you reminded me of it. I was at the major in Arkansas last month where Dustin Arant played Bryce Jefferson. The game went 22 rounds. Bryce Jefferson threw a 10-8-9. He lost 21-3 because Dustin Arant threw an 11-9. He missed one bag in 22 rounds, and I watched it happen in real life, and I'm just like, they weren't running bags, guys. It was airmail drags. It was push collects. It was and one drag. Like it was like watching a video game. It's like, well, this is what I would do if I could make any shot in the world, and that's what he would do. And it's like, that's insane. And then believe it or not, Dustin lost his next game. Yeah. And I watch it happen all the time. I watch these players come out. Stuart Graham, I'll give him some props. Him and Kendall Cox played me and Craig in doubles this weekend. He threw an 11-6 over 10 rounds against me. I couldn't keep up. I threw a 10-6 and he scored 18 points on me. Wow. He missed 3 bags, his first 2, and won the next round, and then made his next 28 bags. And I wasn't just running bags. I was throwing blockers. I was trying to get him to miss. And if he did, he collected it. He airmail drug a side bag that wasn't even collectible, and he still hit it. So when that kind of stuff happens, it's like all you can say is that's cornhole.
Yeah.
I've never played a game in my life that can be so rewarding and so frustrating in the same day.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
You hate to love it and love to hate it.
Yeah. Most definitely. And there's so many. I used to have a shirt and I gave it away to a young player, and it said the reasons why I lost. And it was like 59% partner, 49% or 21% bags, 15% board. Something else was like people running in the background, and then like 1% my fault.
It's never your fault, right?
No, man, it's the bags.
It's the bags. No, man, that's amazing, man. No, I see it all the time too, man. Just in sports in general, like I said, we all play basketball, so Burton's a commentator. I'm still a basketball ref. So since you're older now, so I'm going to invite you all to being a commentator or be a ref, Batman, because you still gonna be in the game, baby.
Where's this at?
I ref over in Illinois side and the Missouri side, and Burton he does commentating on where you at, Rob Burton.
Yeah, Southern Illinois.
Yeah,
About
Southern
30
Illinois, yeah.
minutes north of Anna.
Okay.
Actually, Anna School. When they play the high school that I
Yeah.
commentate for,
Yeah,
I commentate their games.
Yeah.
I did some reffing in college to make a few bucks on the side for some high schools and some local college teams. So
Yeah.
I've done reffing. It's fun because you get to find out how bad you are at your job from all the all the kids' parents. But you know, that's one of those things where I like calling a foul on the kid who really didn't think he fouled someone, but definitely did it. It's like, come
Oh,
on,
yeah.
man, really? Who didn't foul him? I'm like, come
Yeah.
on, really?
I actually noticed last week when I was commentating, there was when I was doing play by play, there was one ref that I liked because he would go out of his way when he would call the foul, he'd go up and tell the kid, "Hey, your hands are over. They need to be straight." He was telling the kids
Yeah,
what they
not the
needed to
foul.
do. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
So
Most definitely.
Yeah. I mean, the downside is, kids have a coach, and surely the coach is telling them that, so they're either not listening, or just like
Oh,
in
yeah.
all sports, you're in the heat of the moment. You're just trying to do what you think is right, and you don't realize that you're leaning way over. You felt like you were straight up. I was that guy a lot. Like, I didn't foul him. They're like, you definitely
fouled him.
you broke his arm almost. You fouled him. I got all ball. Not all ball.
all
Not even
bald
close.
head.
All bald head.
Head
Yeah.
and ball.
Yeah. But you know what, Batman, we didn't even, you didn't really kind of introduce yourself to everybody because everybody might not know who you are, because
Right.
we kind of like got right into it. So you
Sure.
kind of give people a little bit of insight about Batman the man, not just Batman the cornhole player and everything else. I want
Yeah.
people to know about who you are.
Well, me personally, I'm not a big fan of promoting myself or talking about myself. I kind of let my actions and my character speak for myself. I grew up in a very small town in southern Missouri. I had 28 kids in my graduating class at high school. I went to Annapolis. They're a 1A school, right? So very small.
Small.
But we used to always go play 4 and 5A schools. We used to go to Arkansas State Camp. We used to always make sure we played bigger and better players, because if we just play other 1A schools, it really wasn't competition. I mean, I might only get to play the first quarter and we would still win 75-17 or something. Like, that's not something I ever enjoyed, because those kids want to win too. They practice too. They run until they throw up too. So I've never been a fan of bullies, because at one time in my life, I wasn't the biggest kid. I wasn't the strongest kid. So I know what it's like to have bullies. I know what it's like to have people pick on you because you have the wrong last name in a small town, or because you don't have as much money as the other kids do, or because somebody's girlfriend likes you, but they don't like that their girlfriend likes you. I know all those things as a kid. So having children today, I have a 14-year-old beautiful daughter named Bristol. She goes to Fredericktown High School. She's a phenomenal volleyball player. Great build for it, great brain for it, and I hope she does really well with it.
She must take after the mom 100% then.
Yeah, gets all of her height from her mom for sure. I think her mom's 5'7".
Looks, brains, everything.
Yeah. Well, she has to. She's a girl, right? And then I have a 3-year-old son who'll be 4 in March. His name's Maximus. And me and my wife decided to have him the day we made him. Like, it was like, okay, let's have a baby. And we did the math, and the day we decided that we were going to have a baby, we made the baby. So that was batting 1,000's pretty nice whenever that's what you're trying to do. Because a lot of people, and this is, this is like a heartfelt time, right? A lot of people that want kids can't have them. They spend thousands of dollars on in vitro and all of these things, or sadly have miscarriages, or there's so many things that can go wrong up to bringing the child, into this world. And even then, they're very, very fragile for the first couple of years of their life, because so many things can go wrong. Maximus had to have his tongue and his top lip snipped when he was born. But we were fortunate enough to go to a facility that did cold laser treatment, where they just zap it, and then it heals within 48 hours, because he wasn't latching. So because we were able to do that, he's had a much better start. He's been breastfed, and he's a very healthy baby in a lot of good ways. Some people don't take those things into account. And I've had the advantage as Matt Davis of being at very low lows in my life and helping other people out when I was at my lowest, when I had my last dollar in my pocket, giving it to someone because they needed it more than I did. And that's not me putting myself in a better place than anyone. I just feel that based on all my studies and practice with the way life is, right? I treat people as if I were that person in a different life. So I don't make fun of the person on the bus because I could be on that bus one day. I don't ever look down on someone because they're struggling because I've had a struggle in my life. So I truly try and treat people like I would want to be treated, not so much of the golden rule, but in a really look at you like if you were me, because it might be that way. So if I can live my life in kind of the middle way is what it's called. It's, the eightfold path is helping people out when you need help. That's a true sign of someone that gives selflessly, is willing to do it when you know you're not going to get anything in return. When you know that doing that thing for someone else will only make their life better. It doesn't make yours.
Yes,
And
sir.
no one's come up on my door and written me a check for $1 million. Nobody's paid off my house. No one's started a GoFundMe for me when I was having troubles. That's never happened. So I don't anticipate that's going to happen. I don't have a rich relative that's going to leave me millions of dollars. That's not a thing for me. So when I graduated school and started traveling and started working, I just had the concept I was going to work until I was a very old man. But then I got into business development and people coaching. And when you learn how to relate to people from a psychological level, from an empathetic level, and then from a logistical level, like we can be as emotional as we want, but what are we going to measure? If we can't take a look at it from the outside in, we're only talking about our problems and not a solution. So there's so many things that I've been able to develop through having phenomenal mentors, through having great coaches, through having amazing people to teach me martial arts and meditation and yoga and nutrition and even public speaking. I've spoken in front of 15,000 people multiple times at multiple events. And some people's largest fear on earth is public speaking.
Yeah, they'd
And I
rather
laugh
be in the
at that.
casket than be given the eulogy.
Yeah.
Man.
What's really crazy, and I'm just going to bring it up because you just said that, right? My grandfather's funeral was on Thursday, and I had to deliver a 4-minute message that I had to pre-record because there's no way on earth I was going to be able to stand up there and say these things.
Oh yeah.
Right? And even recording it, I could hear myself getting choked up and a little off kilter. But as I'm sitting there, they're getting ready to do it. The people at the funeral home came up and put the obituary in my hand and said, the pastor who's supposed to read this is having a migraine. He can't see the paper right now. He can't read. Would you mind doing that? And I said, guys, you are asking a lot of me right now. I was like, plus, they're already going to hear me speak for 4 minutes. When that's over, if I have to come up and talk, there's going to be a few grandkids or a few kids are like, who's this guy think he is at my grandpa's funeral? It had nothing to do with that. It was a task that was laid upon me, and I had to do it. And as a grown man that really doesn't have many fears in this life at all, other than losing people I love, I was up there trying to speak about just the basics of my grandfather's life in tears, sobbing like a baby, trying to talk my way through it. And when it was all over and I went and sat back down, of course, I've had people, hey, you did a great job, man. That looked hard, etc. But I didn't do it for anyone else in the room. I did it for my grandpa.
Yeah.
He would definitely say, you got to do this. Nobody else is going to. So you kind of hear that in the back of your head and you're like, I got this.
Yeah, man. That's amazing right there, man. That's something that I think me and Burton, we live by that too. We just are people who are always trying to help people, just no matter where. We always looking out for each other. I just want to say thank you to you too, because a lot of people don't know that, man. You talk behind the scenes a lot, and you have done a lot for me also, man. I want to say thank you right now to your face, man, and I appreciate you. Yeah. So
I think that you do good stuff, and I'm a big fan of supporting people that support others. When the selfish stuff starts happening, you'll see me fade to black. I'm not about it. Nobody's gonna get rich on cornhole unless you own it, right? Unless you're running everything and own everything, right? And even the guys at some of the larger companies, right, leaving letters out of it. The larger companies, they're not walking away multimillionaires right now. That's not real. But I truly believe we have a product and we have people and we have a community and we even have the software and Scoreholio and everything necessary to take it to NFL size, to take it to MLB size, because more people can play it. There's only 800 people in the NBA, and you're talking about
Yeah.
the 800 best players on earth.
Yeah.
You could have thousands of people play cornhole at every level and continue to play at a very competitive level. And just like the last major we were in Knoxville, nobody bet on the people that won it. Nobody thought they were going
Right.
to win it. Nobody was
Yeah.
like, this guy right here. Nope. You just don't know. It's whoever's day it is,
Yeah.
because you don't know who's going to take who out in the bracket. You don't know who's going to put who in the losers bracket, and then it becomes a slaughterhouse for the next 9 games. You just don't know. Anytime you see Isaac Kurt or Sebastian or Jeremiah Ellis get put in the losers bracket, it's like, well, that sucks, because they're probably not going to lose 2 games again today. So
Yeah.
there's so much that can be done with it, but it's going to take the right people strategizing to put the players and the people that are running it first, not the company. And I know that's difficult. And for a lot of companies, it's hard to take that loss in the beginning, but you got to pay your players. You got to pay your bag makers. You got to pay your apparel guys. You got to pay your live streaming guys, your broadcast team. You've got to have all that together. People have to see it. People have to want to watch it. There has to be branding. There has to be logos on stuff. There has to be brand awareness, is another way to say it. And if any marketing class was ever taken by any people with a lot of money and they went to a major and had never seen cornhole before, they'd fall in love with it. But I don't know how to get those 10 people that are uber wealthy that want to just invest in something that's good for people, it's good for community, it's good for mental health, it's good for physical health. I can't find a negative to cornhole other than the drama.
But that's everywhere.
That's it. That's all sports.
So you're never going to avoid that. That's
Well,
going to be built into everything you do because it's a people business.
All you
People are
Seahawk
involved.
haters are all negative about my Seahawks going to the Super Bowl.
Congratulations. I forgot to tell you that. Congrats
good
on
job,
that.
Bert. What, you must have made that happen. How'd you do that?
No, I didn't. I didn't do it at all. I handed the ball off.
Right,
That's how I did. I just hand the ball off.
You guys go do this thing. Do this. Put the ball in the place. Do the things with the points. Let's go.
Yeah.
In college, I used to date a girl that had nothing to do with sports whatsoever. She came to one of the basketball games, and she literally had a sign that said "Go Sports." And I was like, from then on,
I like that.
It's just the mindset. I was like, hey, go sports. Go sports. Because what you gonna do? Touchdown, hole in one, home run. There's all these different ways to score, but they don't know. They don't watch the game. So I'm not sure what just happened, but everybody's cheering. Go sports.
I remember the first time that I scored a basket in basketball. I forget who it was, but my mom looked at the person and goes, he just scored a touchdown, right? And they're like,
perfect.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 2-point touchdown.
Yeah,
That's it.
He scored.
That's it.
And just leave it at that.
But the same way for me, I know nothing about lacrosse. I know nothing about cricket. I know nothing about pickleball. So if I'm an athlete, but if I go watch that stuff, I'm like, you're going to have to tell me what's happening right now. Because I'm
most
clueless.
definitely.
It's whatever and I say this, right? It's whatever your vibe is. It's whatever people you attract to. It's what they like together, because you're not always going to find people at cornhole tournaments that like cornhole. I've seen a lot of spouses that come to cornhole tournaments and support their spouse. They don't care. They don't know what's going on. They don't look at the bracket. They don't have scoreholio. They could give. They don't care at all. But I think it's important.
Their loved one and for the people.
That's right. The
more that you see that, I think the more longevity cornhole has. And I think the more that we do things like this, whether it's just have discussions or share best practices or even put things out in the open, like me taking accountability for having people forfeit a tournament, so I got to win, right? But that doesn't change who I am. That doesn't change how I'm going to play this game, and I'm going to do it with integrity, and I'm going to call other people out too. There's people that sit in their house and run scoreholio tournaments 80 games in a row and throw a perfect 10 all 80 games, and then come to my regional, and it's like, you don't think that I knew you went from a 17 or from a 62 to a 78 in 2 weeks? Wow. You know how hard that is to do?
Yeah.
And we're going to be running a level up singles, right? That hurts them. That works against them. You are now giving up points to a lesser player because you're not putting logistical real stats in. You're not keeping score of where you're really at. And I tell people all the time, your measuring stick is your opponents. It's not how good you are. It's how good the people are that you're going to go play. Because if you avoid people that you can't beat, you're never going to beat them. You're never going to get better. I spent the first 2 years playing this game, playing against Craig Irvin, Steve Kemp, just these players that just beat me all the time. Tyler Amos, they just beat me all the time. They would not let me win. Even if it was like 20-20, I still lost. Whatever happened, I just didn't have that extra gear. I didn't have that confidence in the back of my mind when I walk up to the board, I could beat that person. Every time I walked up, I was like, they're going to beat me again.
You just lost right there.
And as a competitor, I look back on that now. I'm like, well, that's why you were losing. They weren't that much better. You just had a mental block that they were going to beat you. But Craig did beat me 83 times in a row.
Wow.
I was 0-83 against him at one time. And that becomes something that you're like, I don't know if I'm ever going to beat this human at this game.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to play with him. And then I got to play against him even more from an up close and personal. And I'll credit him all day long. He's helped me become a better player. James Hill has helped me become a better player. Tommy Worley has helped me become a better player. And all of these guys that kick the crap out of other people, I had the advantage of getting to throw with them. And I never take that for credit. That's why I want to shout them out and make sure anyone that's ever thrown with me, whether at a random blind draw or to switch Holio or bring your own partner, I take that personal when we lose. I never want to let my partner down. I never give up. A lot of people have been up on me 20-0 and know that I don't give up. I've come back and won many a game being down big because I don't care what the numbers say. I'm playing for the letters. As long as I get the W, I don't care how ugly it was. I don't care how lucky you thought I got. We can run it back.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. Man, this has been an amazing conversation, Matt. Man, this is something that's needed. Like we talked about, it's needed. It's a lot of people in the comments who agree with everything that you're saying. Or have like-minded people just like us that's in the comments right now. And I think the game is going to continue to grow when we continue. Like my motto, I just say I bring all communities together one bag at a time. And I really mean that because cornhole is just a game, but community means more to me.
Yep.
So continue doing what we're doing, man, Burton. You know, we got this going. We've been talking about this for a long time, and we're going to continue to push it, you know, and continue to have people like you on and continue, you know, to have, you know, conversations like this, you know, because sometimes we just have a regular conversation. It can be sports is sports. I don't care what sports I mean, you play. If you're having a regular conversation about accountability and, you know, living the way you should be living, I think we'll be fine.
I'm far from perfect. Don't let anybody on this podcast think that I'm on any kind of pedestal. I made mistakes today. There was times when I did things I shouldn't have done in my life. Like everybody has all that, right?
Oh yeah.
But I'm a fan of looking at yourself in the mirror on a daily basis and saying, am I going to do good today? It doesn't mean it's all going to be good, but if you're willing to do more good than you do harm, if you're willing to give more than you take, you become a giver versus a consumer.
That's right.
And that's a huge part of the way people not have to live their life, but as communities of people, especially cornhole, the more that we teach young people how to get better, the more that we bring the spouses and the friends and the family members in and let them get a part of it, it just becomes addictive. I mean, we've got groups that like Addicted to Cornhole that are literally based upon people trying to get new players involved, trying to get the drama started, trying to get, you know, reputations either cleared out or get gone. Because you can't be one of the people around here. And this is another thing I tell people as I travel. I can leave my phone, my wallet, my bags, my Zuka. I can leave everything sitting here. I can go out to my car for 30 minutes, come back in, nobody's touched anything.
No.
I used to go to basketball camps. They stole your shoes.
Oh yeah.
There ain't no, if you left your wallet and phone, that was gone in like 5 seconds. And that's not dogging basketball players. It's just, it's a different community. Cornhole's the only thing that I found where it's like everybody kind of knows you're being watched. It's like, if you screw this up, no one's going to want you around. If you're the loud, ignorant guy, if you're the guy always yelling at the kids, if you're the guy that talks down to women, if you're one of those guys, if every time you get drunk, it's a shit show, people will just stop wanting you around. It kind of, I call it filtering. It filters out the shit. You just can't hang out around cornhole if you're a shitty person. And some people know that. And some people have had to learn that. And some people haven't learned that yet. So I think as long as we keep the conversation open and accountability without pointing fingers, it's stating facts and bringing up relevant topics. I think it has a lot to do with if you want to get better, right? At cornhole, you've got to play better people. And when you play against people like Drew Weeking or Aaron Lambert and guys like that in Illinois, they're solid humans. They're good people. They'll talk to anybody. They'll joke around with anybody. And people still talk trash to them. People are still ignorant to them. I'm like, guys, they don't have to be nice to you. They're just those kind of guys. But that's how anything works. The cream rises to the top, right? If I could do my Macho Man Randy Savage, the cream rises to the top. Oh yeah.
That's awesome. Bert, you got anything for us before we get out of here?
No, I mean, Batman, you talked a lot about cornhole, good, bad, and ugly. What's the one thing that you would not you would never change about the game? And what's one thing, without getting deep into it, just one thing you would not change about it? You want it to stay exactly how it is now. And the other thing is, what's one thing you think needs to change to take it to the next level?
All right. I think one thing that should never change is the distance of the boards. I don't think they should ever, make it 30 feet front to front or 40 feet front to like it's getting too easy. It's like, why don't they lower the rims in the WNBA and raise the rims in the NBA? Like what? It's 10 feet everywhere, right? So I don't think they should ever mess with that. I don't think they should ever make, I don't know, illegal bags that weigh, 4 pounds or, weigh half a pound or whatever. I don't think they should play with those logistics of it. I think all that's pretty good. I think it's pretty standard. Some of the kids that are 9 years old have trouble throwing the bag that far, but I don't have any pity because next year they're going to be beating everybody. So, get to it. Get your arm strength up, little guy. So I think they leave that alone. I think, they let the game grow that way. Something I would change, I think a better form of central communication and accountability other than Scoreholio. I like Scoreholio. I like that you can find tournaments and keep up with your stats and everything like that. But I think there needs to be a way for everyone to be included, whether it's ACL, ACO, TCL. I think it almost needs to be a universal group that says it's just cornhole. We don't need 3 letters. It doesn't need to be separate. It doesn't need to be such a big deal because this little company and this little company, this company makes a little bit more money, but guess what? You're still a little company. So rather than robbing Peter to pay Paul, right? That analogy is what's happening. You take good players from here, they can't play here. You take good players that want to go here because they think it's better, and then they find out it's not, so they want to come back. Instead of any of that happening, which is all politics, believe it or not, just put a cornhole company together that focuses on rewarding the players that win, sponsoring the players that are willing to travel and win, right? Because who's going to sponsor players that don't win? So reward the players that win and travel. And the companies should incentivize the companies that are involved, whether it's the bag maker, whether it's the venues, whatever it is. Money needs to go back to those places and those people so it continues to be viable. Otherwise, you lose bag makers because they can't continue make ends meet because you got 7 bag reps in the same area and nobody's selling bags this year.
Yeah.
So that that's a strain on the whole system.
Yeah.
And until that changes, until we can stop saying which one is better, just go throw bags, man. I mean, you go some of these tournaments, you don't matter who you are, you're going to get dog walked by Mark Richards. Like who cares where you throw until you can beat Mark Richards? Shut up, right?
Yeah.
Until you can beat Jeremiah Ellis consistently, you can't talk trash about, oh, he's not as good as he was in the ACL. He's still beating everybody. Right. And if he went there, who knows? So players that are that good, they know it's a moment thing. It's a day thing. Like today's your day or it's not. You're hitting all your shots today or you're hitting most of them, which isn't good enough anymore. Like you said, 10's the new 9. 10 and a half's the new 9.5. Like not people threw a 9 used to walk through entire tournaments. Like you threw a 9 all day? Dang. Now it's like, hang on, you threw a bag off the board every round? That's not going to cut it. That's not even close. If you're not throwing a 10 or 11, there's no way you're winning a major anymore. There's just no way. And nobody plays such a dirty game that you can beat people throwing 7s. It's just nobody does that. Yeah. So I really hope that it grows. I really hope that there becomes a national cornhole league, an NCL, where everyone in this country plays together. And if we want to be competitive, you got Canada, you got Mexico, you got Europe, you got China, you got all these, you got Africa, you got all these places in the world that other people play cornhole. Entire continents of people. But it's not as big as it is here. Just like a lot of sports, a lot of them start in America.
Yeah.
So I think that it's a big idea, or it's a grandioso idea, right? For amazing podcasts, for amazing bag reps, for our bag makers, and for companies to support their players. I think that if you paid the players more, you'd see more people able to do it more.
Yeah.
Because these kids don't have jobs. These kids get to play cornhole 7 days a week, 10 hours a day. And I'm not knocking them. I wish I would have found cornhole when I was in school. I really do. I love basketball, but I'm pretty sure I would have loved cornhole more. So I'm glad they have that advantage. It's super positive. But for the working class men and women like me and you guys, we do not have 12 extra hours a day to play cornhole. I really wish I did. I might get to play 2 or 3 days a week now, and that's still a lot for most people. Like, you play 2 and 3 days a week? That's crazy. I'm like, if I don't, I can't compete against the people I play with. There's no chance. Like, and you have your other people that have been playing for 8 and 10 years. Like, I don't even need to practice. I'm like, I'm not there yet. Maybe one day I won't need to practice. But today and this week and this month and this major coming up, I have to practice. I have
Josh Glover. I've never seen that man go into a tournament and warm up. He'll drive. I was like, hey, you better get here, man. You got to warm up. I'm getting warm now. What? My bags are on my defroster. It's on. They're getting warm.
The bags will be warm physically.
What?
Oh man, you know what, Batman, man? This we appreciate you answering our bat signal, right? We put that bat signal out there for you to come on to the Smooth Takes podcast with, yes, sir, with me and Burton Grimes, man. It's been a pleasure having you on tonight,
Thank you.
man. It's been
Thank
amazing. It's been amazing, man.
Well, I'm glad you guys had me. I definitely want to shout out a few people if you don't mind.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Some of my sponsors like Dave's Doobies Smoke and Vape in Perryville, Missouri. Guys, come check it out. It's got some great products, legal throughout all of Missouri. So come enjoy yourself. Topamo Candy, Keegan Memorial Foundation, Forever 13. High Roller Bag Makers. You know, Matt Ledbetter and his team do a fantastic job of making custom bags, custom jerseys. Cornhole was Smooth, of course. Monday Night Cornhole, Mr. Adam out there doing big things. Great design team. You know, there's so many people I can continue to promote, but you got the Irvings down in Sykeston getting the job done. You've even got people like Rich Jones, who's building a facility, who's remodeling the entire inside of it just to have people come play down in Dexter to get your northern Arkansas and southern Missouri people back in competitive areas so you can play. So there's just some people are doing a lot more than they have to, and other people aren't even taking advantage of it because I guess everything's a secret or everything's political, or if you're not friends with the right person, you can't go. I'm Batman. I go wherever I want. I play wherever I want. I be friends with whoever I want. And if I don't like you, I'm not even mean. I just don't talk to you. It's like, oh, you're a horrible human. Cool. Nice.
Yeah, and Burton got some. He built something nice too, though. I don't know if you know about that. Burton has something nice going on down in this area. Yeah.
A pole barn, and it's 20 yards from my house. I don't even walk down there every day, but moved some stuff around, did some rewiring. I didn't do the wiring. Jonathan Nell came over. He actually found my house for me. He came over, had some days off work. Guess he got everything done at his house, came over, spent a couple hours, rewired some stuff. He knew what I was wanting to do. 5 courts set up at the pole barn. It's not insulated yet, so we're waiting for it to get warmer. We'll be having cornhole all the time. Spare room. Yeah. Everybody's welcome.
Yeah. I mean, and those things are beautiful. And it goes back to the if you build it, they will come philosophy. You know, if you have a venue, you have good equipment, you have food and drinks that people don't starve to death if they come play at your place. Russ Tabers has a phenomenal venue. It's like a tiny Walmart, and he just put cornhole boards and equipment in there, and it just brings some of the best players in the country. So I'm all about that. I think
that's how I get my advice for mine is Russell.
Anytime I have a CO question, that's the person I ask because he's so hyper analytical and he's been around the game so long and he's not burnt out. There's so many people that have been doing it for 10 plus years. They're like, I don't even know why I still play. And I'm like, I get it. I understand when you dedicate a decade of your life to something and you're great at it and you haven't gotten much return, it can be draining, right?
And he's ran tournaments and played
Yes.
on all the alphabets.
Yes. And that's the thing. When you have guys like Russ Tabers or James Hill that have done it for so long, or Craig Irvin, right? They've done it for so long and they're still passionate about it and they still love to play. There needs to be a place for those guys. They should be financially taken care of by a company that's going to make revenue because of how good of people they are and how good of players they are. They're both. And in sports, that's hard to find. And I don't really speak on it, but there aren't really a lot of ugly people in national sports. When you watch the MLB and the NBA, they're attractive humans. They're in great shape. They get $500 haircuts. There's a reason for that.
Right.
It's marketability. We have that in cornhole. We have some people that aren't very marketable to look at, but we also have some very attractive men and women that could earn income. And you got to have show ponies too, right? It's the people that come in and
man,
we got a
Show pony.
what's up, man?
He heard show pony. He's like, I'm here, Dad.
Yeah,
Right
he
on
was a
cue.
show pony and he showed up.
Hey, what's going on, Max?
Well, tell them bye. We're getting ready to finish up.
Bye.
Bedtime, bud. You gotta go get
Bedtime.
that.
Have a good night.
Story.
Dad, my mom said it reminds you of me.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Oh, that's amazing. That's what it's all about,
brother.
right
I'll
there.
talk to you in
That's
a
what
little
it's all
bit.
about.
Thank you for coming.
But Kenny, man, threw it in the chat also. Brian Jones, somebody else we give shouts out to. Somebody's been doing it for a long time also. Brian Jones is another guy.
Oh yeah, Brian Jones, Jerry Walford.
Jerry, Brian.
I mean Jennifer, Jen Jones, Jennifer Lewis. I mean, guys, seriously, there are so many people just in the Midwest that support cornhole in such a big way.
Yeah.
But I can't wait. I can't wait till there is a true group of investors that want to make everything amazing. I can't wait for that day. Who is you really?
He said it sounded good, man. Well, again, Matt, man, I just want to say thank you again, man, for coming on and blessing us, and giving us some insight and just all your thoughts and everything, man. It's amazing just to have you on, man. Appreciate you
the
again.
opportunity, guys. Love the respect, love the game, and hope that we can continue to grow it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I'm Jay Smooth. That is.
I'm Burton Grimes.
And it's a Smooth Takes
Batman.
podcast, and that's Batman. And it's a Smooth Takes the podcast.
I'm Tiny Batman.
See you guys.
See you guys later, man.